Welcome everyone to the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Canara Engineering College, Mangalore. I myself, Naveen A. Kalal, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, would be introducing you to this subject, that is additive manufacturing for BE 8th semester mechanical engineers. Let's know the course objectives. Firstly, the student should be able to understand the additive manufacturing process, polymerization and powder metallurgical process. Here we'll make student aware about nano materials and nano manufacturing technologies also. Then the student will be able to characterize techniques in additive manufacturing. Lastly, the student will be able to acquire some knowledge on CNC and automation, which is helpful in additive manufacturing process. Coming to the course outcomes, the student will be having knowledge about different processes of additive manufacturing and its application. Then understanding the different system devices, drives and actuation system which are used in AM, that is additive manufacturing. Then he will be able to understand various processes of AM using polymer and powder metallurgy. Later he will understand the nano material manufacturing and characterization techniques. Then student will be able to describe the various NC, CNC machine programming and automation techniques. The syllabus is as follows. The subject is additive manufacturing, recommended for undergraduates of BE, BTU, Mechanical 8th semester students. As per the CBCS scheme, the course code is 17ME82. Number of lecture hours per week is 4. The total number of lecture hours is 50, holding 10 hours per module. Then the internal assessment marks is for 40 and the external marks, exam marks is for 60, and duration of examination will be 3 and it holds a credit of 4 units. Let's know what is been there in the syllabus for additive manufacturing, which we popularly call as AM. Sometimes we use this term as AM also, the short form of additive manufacturing. Module 1, unique module or the introductory module, and the students here in this module will be able to know what is additive manufacturing. Here the syllabus has been brought in such a manner that the students will be, or the learners will be able to know how the AM process has been evolved and what are the distinguish between AM and CNC machine process or conventional machining process, advantages, process chain, and some amount of classifications of AM processes. Then how these AM process parts are getting post processed and how they are going to be improved and what are their enhancement techniques. Then later here the learners will be guided to know the AM process selection criteria and challenges of selection of AM machine or AM machining process. Later they will be able to understand AM applications in the various fields of engineering and how the development of new materials in AM has been taking place and what is the influence of AM in remanufacturing. Applications not only meant only in a mechanical or in a case of a automobile. There is also a need of AM processes moreover in aerospace, defense and biomedical and other general engineering industries. This has been introduced into this particular module, a very unique module, or if I tell, a very introductory and knowledgeable module, and to be known by all the learners. Next, coming to the module number 2, here the learners will be made to understand the system, drives and devices. Here the usage of hydraulic, pneumatic and electrical motors and their features, to know how they can be included into a AM manufacturing process and what are their importance in AM manufacturing process, that will be learnt. As actuation is one of the criteria for any manufacturing process, here we will be knowing how electrical actuations is going to act one of the key part in AM manufacturing process. So for that, the solenoids, relays, diodes, thyristor, triac knowledge is going to be an important part. Later, when we are talking about higher energy actuations or more muscular power actuation, then we require the hydraulic actuators. Then if we are following a quicker response actuation, then we have to go on a pneumatic actuation. Therefore, design of hydraulic and pneumatic circuits are going to be learnt by the learners. When coming to miniaturized type of actuator, then we go for the piezoelectric actuators and shape memory alloys, where the actuations at micro level or at smaller levels of manufacturing can be also done. Then coming to module 3, module 3 is a combined module of two entities, that is polymers and powder metallurgy. So in the first part of this module 3, the learners will be made to understand the basic concepts of polymers, the introduction of polymers, usage of polymers in additive manufacturing, classification of polymers and the polymer processes. Then the polymer processing techniques and molding techniques are going to be known by the learners for use in additive manufacturing. Then coming to the powder production technique, that is in powder metallurgy, the learner will be having the knowledge or the present scenario or trends in powder metallurgy and how powder metallurgy has been the one of the key part or introductory part in additive manufacturing. Then in powder production techniques, what are the different mechanical and chemical methods of making powders and how they are emerging in additive manufacturing. Later, characterization techniques, which holds a key important part in selection of the powder for additive manufacturing, that will be studied, and some case studies of knowing the importance of a powder microstructure also will be known. Then coming to the microstructure of powder, of different techniques of powder shaping, powder packing modification, lubrication and binders used in powder metallurgy are being told here. Then we will be able to know what is the different types or processes in making powder metallurgical parts. Then here we will be able to know what is sintering and what are the phases in sintering and what are the modern sintering techniques also. Later, here physical and chemical properties of evaluation and structure property correlation studies and modern sintering techniques with defect analysis of a sintered components in application of powder metallurgy will be told. Then In coming to the application of powder metallurgy, where they have been used and how it is used in additive manufacturing for production of like filters, tungsten filaments and self-lubricating bearing and porous materials and in biomatic material etc. have been included in this module 3. So this is a little bit a lengthier but very informative and to be known by the learners of additive manufacturing. After knowing about the additive manufacturing, the electrical drives, the polymers and powder metallurgy, the need of additive manufacturing learners is to know about nanomaterial and characterization technique also. Hence, this module is going to give a basic knowledge about what is nanotechnology and how it is emerging as one of the techniques in additive manufacturing. So the approaches in nano manufacturing, that also will be known, challenges in nanotechnology, nanomaterial synthesis and production of nanomaterials in a fine powder form and their methods of getting processed, that also will be known by different ways. Okay. Then after knowing the nanomaterials, they have to be analyzed. For that we go through different analyzing process like optical microscopes, then their principles, imaging modes, applications, limitations and their methods of preparation also. Similarly, we go through the different microscopes like the SEM, which is popularly also called as scanning electron microscopes. So these are the machines or techniques through which the imaging or through the images the analyzing of these nanomaterials are going through. Like that we will be knowing what is there in a transmission electron microscope, then X-ray diffraction, then in a scanning probe microscope with atomic force microscope and electroprobe microanalyzer. Here we will be getting to have a introduction of these microscopes, their sample preparation, working procedure, applications and limitations. So this is two parts. One part is nanomaterial preparation and another part is the characterization technique or analyzing techniques of nanomaterials. So very new part in additive manufacturing, but they have been taking one step ahead in including this material, that is nanomaterial, into this additive manufacturing subject also, as it goes in hand with the additive manufacturing. Then after knowing these techniques, there is need of having a quite good knowledge on controlling of the machine or making the production smooth and having automation in additive manufacturing also, as automation is one of the growing trends in manufacturing. So module 5 more overly tells about manufacturing, control and automation. Most of this part has been already dealt or learnt by the learners in their previous semesters in computer integrated manufacturing or any computer related manufacturing techniques or in robotics also. So here a overview of CNC technologies will be brought for the learners with the already existing knowledge about what is CNCs, what are the NCs, what are its advantages and disadvantages, when compared to any other machining techniques, with applications of NC, CNC with part programming and manual part programming in basically for drilling, milling, turning, etc. Then special part programmings and small part programs using a computer aided part programming technique like the APT will be known. Then in the coming to the automation part, introductory to automation in production system, their principles and strategies of automation, the basic elements of automated system will be known. Then with the different levels of automation and introduction to how automation is increasing the productivity is also will be dealt here in this module 5. Later in the controlling part of automation, the different industrial control systems, how different is process industries and discrete manufacturing industries, and continuous and discrete manufacturing system or control system, then control process and its form and other control system components will be made aware in this control automation. So in totality, the syllabus is been brought to have a holistic idea about what is additive manufacturing, what are the methods of additive manufacturing, what are the materials used in additive manufacturing, the new techniques in additive manufacturing, and the controlling and production incremental how we can have in additive manufacturing that has been brought into this syllabus. Next, we will go through some of the textbooks and reference books which are important for this course. Here are the some books. The first book, that is Chow Leong, that is Rapid Prototyping Principles and Application, a very good book. So this is mostly earlier times it was used for understanding this additive manufacturing, which was previously called as rapid prototyping. Most of the content of the introductory of this course has been taken from this book itself only. Next one is the Principles of Polymerization by George Odian. This is a very good book knowing about polymerizations and the techniques of preparing polymers. Then we are having a very wonderful book that is on fundamentals of microfabrication and nanotechnologies. I recommend everyone to read this one to know more about nano manufacturing by Mark James Jackson. So most of the books are available in library, or you can browse them also, you can download them available. Next, a popular book for students of mechanical engineers, that is powder metallurgy, that is P.C. Angelo and R. Subramania. So this is a good book for understanding powder metallurgy processes and their techniques. Then a very familiar and well worth book on automation, production system and computer integrated manufacturing, that is M.P. Grover. So these are the bouquet of textbooks which can be used as a references also, or for learners to understand more about the additive manufacturing in general with any manufacturing processes also. So I recommend you to go through these books, understand and follow these books also. Okay. Now under module 1 we will try to know what are the contents available for the learners to know. So the first part is an introduction to additive manufacturing. Here you will be getting to yourself introduced to AM evolution, and distinction between a AM and a CNC machine with the advantages of AM. Later, we will be able to know about AM process chain, how the process begins from a conceptualization to a post-processing, from a conceptualization idea to post-processing of a AM product, how it happens, that will be known here. Next, we will be getting to know about the various classification of AM processes. It has been classified into 4 systems, that is liquid polymer system, discrete particle system, then molten material system, solid state systems. So here we will be knowing about what are the principles, processes and its application. Then later we will be knowing about the post processing of AM parts. Under the post processing of AM parts, we will be getting to know about the support material removal techniques, surface texture improvement, accuracy improvement, aesthetic improvement and preparation of patterns and property enhancement using non-thermal and thermal techniques. After going through these processes, there are some guidelines for a process selection. So what are the need of having a proper process and selection methods for the different parts with challenges in this selection that will be known in this particular part. Then coming to the final part, that is AM application. Here the application of AM in functional models, pattern for investment and vacuum casting, medical models, art models, engineering analysis models, rapid proto tooling and new material development with the bimetallic parts and remanufacturing is known. Then application of AM especially in aerospace, defense, automobile and biomedical and general engineering industries will also be covered in this module 1. Okay. Introduction to additive manufacturing. So first and forely we must be knowing what is additive manufacturing, or we should find the answer for this question, that is what is additive manufacturing. Before answering to this question, how this additive manufacturing came into existence, that also is important. So the term additive manufacturing came from the term that is rapid prototyping. As the name itself only tells, rapid means quick, and the term prototype earlier it was named as a sample or a model or a release of a product built to test the concept of a process, which was happening in case of our industries. So this rapid or prototyping or RP technology was mainly used in variety of industries. Mainly if you see in case of our medical industries also, samples they provide to test whether it is viable or not. So like that in manufacturing industries also, before bringing the concept into a final release or making it commercialization, so a process of prototyping was taken place. But industries wanted process to be rapid, so rapidly creating a system or a part representation before a final release or commercialization, that one they call it as a rapid prototyping, or the technology which would do this one was called as RP technology or rapid technology. In other words, if we want to tell, is the emphasis of bringing creativity or creating something quickly, that is a output or in a prototype of a basic model or in a model form from which further models or eventually final product would be derived. So these models you could take it on the meeting bench, tell the consumers tell the engineers how it is being modeled, how it is going to be used, and what are the design constraints and what are its features altogether. So this was the need of the manufacturer. Here only the rapid prototyping got evolved, and this is what we right now call it as additive manufacturing, where we are going to have the features of manufacturing and finding out a product at a quicker and a faster rate. Then we are very much aware with additive manufacturing as a common term, that one we call it as a 3D print working or 3D printing. So nowadays we can see small school going students also coming out projects or doing their projects using 3D printing. Earlier they were using only the inkjet type of a printer, where they are taking the prints of different animals and they are taking the prints of different patriotic persons and pasting it on a sheet and then showcasing their presentable skills in front of their teachers as well as their fellow friends. Now you can see they are going one step ahead and printing 3D models and showing their presentable skills, and printed models give much more realistic view of understanding. So in 3D printing we start with the model itself only, that is a 3D model like the pyramid. Then it is going to be getting fetched into the computer, and in the computer the program is going to be called as a slicer, which cuts the model into different layers, which will be having a outer wall and inner walls, or infills also we call. And then finally the 3D printer metal, which is a plastic filament, which is carefully laying layer by layer. The filament is fed through a extruder. So the extruder system is going to feed it at the feed rate, given feed rate, and the extruded filament or the fed filament is passing through the extruder, and in the extruder it is elevated to a temperature where it gets melted, and the melted filament is going to be laid here layer by layer on a build platform or a build plate. So this will be the model which is going to be created. So the concept right now which has been coming into the minds of any learner, if he wants to bring it into a finished product or a finalized real concept, then he would rather go with this 3D printing work. So this is how the 3D printing is all together. But let's go further in understanding how this explosive growth of 3D printing is occurring now. Okay, how it works. Earlier 3D printing was done of printing ink on a paper. Now everything gets printed from plastic to chocolate to concrete. So instead of printing ink on a paper to showcase the product two-dimensional views, now they are stacking layer by layer on top of each other to create complex 3D objects. So you can see the apartment buildings, the football shoes, the titanium jaws, and even the fighter jet parts also getting printed nowadays. So earlier when the printing technology has started, we could see that the cost of these printers, that was for example this Z402 model, this was costing around $50,000, okay, weighing about 300 pounds and a speed of approximately 0.01 mm per second print rate. Okay, now this model of Da Vinci 1.0 in 2014 cost near to $500 and weight is considerably reduced. It weighs about 52 pounds and the speed is 150 millimeter per second. It doesn't stop there itself only. We can see that the 3D printers which have been shipped worldwide. So the 3D printing is becoming a big business. So in 2013 the shipment were around 79,000 and it could reach to 2,17,315 in a just 2 years span. Then we can see the amount of scale of printing market. So in 2013 it was just a 3.1 billion business. Now in 2020 we can see it is about $21 billion business. So many 3D printing markets are massively getting evolved, right from medical, architecture, consumer products, automotive, aerospace, everyone are into 3D printing technology. Today we can see we can print fancy chocolates also, then some artificial limbs also, titanium jaws also, then sportswear also, apartment buildings also, then we can even see some cosmetic works also happening, and then we can see in fighter jet parts also this 3D printing is taking much more deeper its foots. Then this 3D printing is not only using only one 3D printing as a technology. So this 3D printing has gone beyond 3D printing and there are many additive manufacturing technologies included into this one. So some of them are the powder bed fusion technique. So this is powder bed fusion technique. Then the jetting technique. Then we are having the direct energy deposition, and next one is the material extrusion. So these are the technologies which are used by many of these companies. So these are the renowned companies like EOS, the HP and DMG More and the Strata Sys. These are the companies which are making their growth in this additive manufacturing market. Additive manufacturing is a 3D printing. So here instead of making the part by removing the material, that is subtracting the material and bringing into finished product, which happens in case of machining or in molding of the parts. Here in additive manufacturing technology, we see that fusion of material is going to take place layer by introduction of a laser beam. Here the part is built one layer at a time. Okay. We also happen to see that additive manufacturing is able to produce complex products like a complex blade of an impeller or a turbine blade, which were very difficult or impossible in conventional machine by one way. Okay, multiple ways were needed for completion of these complex parts. So the answer for this one has been found by using the additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing also eliminates some of the assembly works because they may require large number of small components to get assembled. So by making it into a single product, the material becomes lighter and it will become much stronger when compared to the previous type of assembly works. Additive manufacturing can make variety of products including the parts of a jet engine or components of a aircraft, and we can see the utilization of additive manufacturing in medical devices and medical implants. Here is an illustration of a hip joint which has been manufactured using metal additive manufacturing techniques, and some of the vertebrates of the backbone of a patient manufactured using additive manufacturing. Then manufacturing of structures also taking place using additive manufacturing. Here we can see reduction in material with equally good strength has been one of the main important part in building structures using additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing also helps in customizing the parts which were not possible using conventional machines or conventional way of manufacturing. So applications in decorative items and in clothing also we can see the usage of additive manufacturing. Here to tell you holistically, in additive manufacturing we can see that the concept of the design engineer can be brought into the CAD platform, so he can utilize a CAD program to convert his concept into a model, and then the model can be transferred to a additive manufacturing process, and under this additive manufacturing process using different techniques the product which comes out will be a prototype to a scale down or a scale up which is having the similar features of what are the CAD model is. So this helps in concept getting released, and in particularly the features which are to be added can be added, edited, deleted and remodeled. So like this additive manufacturing helps the engineers to bring the ideas into the market at a very quick and rapid form. Thank you. You can contact me at naveen.kalal@canaraengineering.in.